Hey Clintonville, it's Ryan Dieter here with Key Realty. I'm bringing you back the Clintonville real estate market update. It's been a minute since I've done one of these, but I want to just kind of bring you up to speed of where the market is, where I think it's going, and so you can have confidence whether you're looking to buy, sell, or just want to know what's going on in the market here in Clintonville. So stay tuned as we dive into that. And if you haven't liked or subscribed this page, I'm going to continue to be doing these. So please like and subscribe to this so you get notifications on what's going on in Clintonville. I also do my broader market update. If you want to know what's going on in all of Columbus, check that out as well as it's being posted as we dive into the Clintonville or in the Columbus data, just like we're going to dive into the Clintonville data here as well. So let's do it. All right, we have the April numbers pulled up from the Board of Columbus for the Clintonville Beechwold area, the two zip codes that really make up that area. This is a really unique and nice thing that the Columbus Board does for us, that it breaks it down on regions and areas and cities that are within Columbus region. And so if you're interested in learning more about any of the region, they do break it down on their website. We're going to dive into the Clintonville numbers today. So it's been a minute since I've done these. So thanks for tuning back in. If you're interested in the Clintonville area, we're going to bring you up to speed of what's going on. Obviously, what we saw in the last few years has been, just it seems like things are just flying off the shelf, and the number keeps just growing higher and higher and higher. But there's a little bit more nuance to that. In the last year, we saw a really strong spring market. We saw spring market really come in strong. A lot of growth in the spring. Then June, we really hit a wall. June hit, showing slowed down. Prices came down, and I'm going to show you that here. The data, we saw a really stark contrast between June of last year, really May, into the summer, as we had an election year, we had a lot of uncertainty of what's going on in the June and summer to fall. So we're pretty a lot more quiet, but a lot, we saw the numbers kind of coming down. So and I want to see, are we going to see that again this year? We're going to kind of dive into that a little bit. We're going to see things slow down. We're going to see things, as we've seen a strong market thus far. We're sitting here at the end of May. And this is where, we are a month behind when we get this data. So it's kind of our goal is to kind of predict the future with this numbers and kind of say, hey, can help you make a wise decision or position your house to sell for top dollar, knowing the information we have. So this is really critical to do that. And the first thing we want to see is obviously number of sales. When you don't have a ton of homes selling, this number coming up a little bit is going to make a fairly large percentage change, but very similar. But last month, this time of year, we had a lot more in contracts. So in contracts are down. And if we go back to, I'm going to show you March of 2025. So last month, we can actually see closed sales in contract were much higher, and they were actually higher than the year before. And it's the opposite's true for April here. So we actually saw less homes in contract in April, which April's tends to be where we see the majority of houses hit the market. And so we usually see the highest number of homes go into contract, and we didn't see that this year. So that's an interesting little piece of data saying, hey, like our spring market wasn't quite as strong as it was last year, in my opinion. And we're going to see that in May's numbers. I think next month, when we see those data come out, we're going to see this number be the closed sales come way down compared to last year. And so, here's the average price, the 441. This is, kind of just the fun, hey, what's the average price in Clintonville? It's a good number to know. Median is 425 and price per square foot is 305. So I like to look at these numbers holistically. You can see that there's pretty healthy growth here. 5% is really the average, number that we see historically for housing growth across the board, across the nation. And so this is a pretty modest number. It's a pretty fair number. You can see year to date, we're seeing a little bit higher than that. We had a really strong March. If you look back at March, get back to March here of 2025, we saw really strong numbers in the median and average price per square foot, which really has made these numbers look pretty good. But April really slowed down compared to last month. So we are seeing, April usually are one of our strongest months. If we look at April of 24, which I think is that April 24 pulled up. It's April 24. It's April 25 still. Let's see if I can get April 24 pulled up for us so you can see the difference here. Let me go back. This is one of their homepage here. You can go to the Columbus Board of Realtors and look at this information if you'd like. Go to the months and go back. I do this all the time. It's a great place to be. But you can see here, actually we saw some slowdown in April 24 as well when it comes to pricing and stuff too. So, April has, in Clintonville, it's always interesting to see what these little, the numbers are doing. But we saw such little closed sales in April of last year as well. We saw a lot of in contracts. This is where I think the end contracts in May, we have May of 24 would have rebounded and had a strong May. So maybe we'll see that again this year. I am thinking May will be strong, but we're going to see that slow down in June again, is what I would say. So let's go back to 24. Let's go to May, April, May, housing here, go here. Yeah, we saw, things somewhat level out. Price per square foot was down a little bit. So we did see, the correction happen in last year as well. So April 25, going back to this, we are seeing some strong numbers still, especially when it comes to price per square foot, meaning that larger, smaller homes are selling at a better rate, higher rate than what we've seen in the past, obviously. And we're seeing just more smaller homes sell in Clintonville. There's definitely a lot of small homes in Clintonville, and we're seeing those still sell and sell for higher and higher price per square foot is for sure there, and then obviously higher pricing as well. And so what I'm seeing though is we're seeing less homes in contract this next month. We're seeing inventory rise a little bit. So we're seeing homes and homes that are new listings. So we're seeing new listings down as well. So these two numbers are going to, allow us to show us that, hey, the market's still competitive here in Clintonville. When we have less amount of homes hitting the market, that's going to keep this number down as well, even though it's up a little bit because we had new listings last month and not as many contracts. This number is going to be up compared to last year. But the fact that we have quite a bit less listings this time of year than we did last year, this number is going to continue to stabilize and keep around one month of inventory, which means that if we don't close on another house this month, if we don't have new listings this month, it would take 1 month for all the houses to be taken off the market. Basically, at the rate that homes are getting in contract, or we call it the absorption rate, that is happening in a month, which is a very quick time. It's 4 to 6 months is considered a balanced market. So if you're looking for a buyer's market, it's not in Clintonville still, but at the same time, there's a nuance to that. We're still seeing the good homes sell quick, and homes that need work, we are seeing buyers take some time to make those offers. We're seeing negotiations take place on homes that need work. We're seeing homes sit longer. Of course, days on market are way up. You look at that number, 216%. So days on market are way higher. Original list price received is not too far off, but we're seeing this median price time of sale versus median price of new listings are coming way down as well. So just there's negotiations taking place in this market at times, and at times there's not. At times there's still the bidding war. That's the norm. That's the average if it's a good house. So that's something to just keep in mind. What I seen coming down the line, is another slowdown. I see things slowing down here in Clintonville a little bit, where we're seeing less showings, less offers on houses, and so we're going to see some more negotiations take place. I'm going to show you something last year. What we saw, it was pretty drastic. It was really drastic. People kind of, were kind of panicking a little bit. It was so drastic in the industry a little bit. But you can see here, this is June. This is where we peaked. Last year we saw 434 numbers, and that was our peak market in June, where things kept going up. And I'm going to show you this number here. We saw things keep going up, and then June. Then we saw, so 334, 403 is our median price. And so if I go to June to July, you can see that really come down. It comes down quite a bit for month over month average price and inventory. And median price sales. So that's what I'm looking at. When I look at the market where it's going, it's the month over month stuff that I'm really paying attention to. Year over year matters because I want to see, are we moving forward year over year? Are we seeing appreciation year over year? That's important. But where we see like the market shifts happen is very nuanced, and it's month to month stuff. And so we saw, that month to month really take a hit from June to July last year. I think it's going to happen earlier this year. I think June. I think you got to think too. The June numbers are really based on May listings. So the market, these numbers are always 30 days behind because you list a house a month before, takes an average of 30 days to close. So those numbers, even though we're here, if we're here in April, we're talking about April's numbers, but it's really May into May we're sitting as we talk about this. And so if you're looking at this data alone, you're behind the game. So you got to understand where the market's going by looking at this data. How do you know what's going on, and looking at the history as well, knowing that If you want to list a house for top dollar in Clintonville, you know, March, April, and maybe May is the best time. By the time you hit June, it may be too late. You can still sell a house. You can still get good money for it. You just got to understand how to position it a little bit more strategically. So that said, that's kind of a little recap on the market here in Clintonville. Hopefully this is helpful for you. If you're looking for a house in Clintonville, would love to chat with you more about it. Love to talk to you about if you're looking to sell, how to position your house, how to get the top dollar on that as well. So reach out to me directly. Happy to have those conversations, and I will see you next time.